Let's have a real conversation today. Not the kind of conversation you see in those glossy retirement commercials where a silver-haired couple is walking on a beach without a care in the world. We're talking about the conversation most people avoid until it's way too late. The reality in America today is terrifying. We are facing a retirement crisis that nobody wants to admit. Millions of people who worked hard for 40 years are reaching the finish line, only to realize there is no prize waiting for them, just a mountain of stress and a lifestyle that's about to collapse. If you think Social Security is going to save you or that things will just work out, you're setting yourself up for a disaster. Being broke in your 20s is an adventure. Being broke in your 70s is a tragedy. Today, I'm going to break down the 7 real reasons why most people end up broke when they retire, and more importantly, how you can make sure you're not one of them. Reason number 1, the Social Security delusion. Let's get this out of the way first. Social Security was never, ever meant to be your sole source of income. It was designed as a safety net, a floor to keep you from starving, not a ceiling to fund your lifestyle. By 2034, the trust funds are projected to be depleted, which means benefits could be slashed. But even if you get every penny promised, the average check is barely enough to cover rent and basic groceries in most US cities. If your retirement plan is just waiting for the government check, you aren't planning for retirement, you're planning for poverty. The middle class is being squeezed because they expect a 100% lifestyle on a 30% check. The math doesn't work, and it never will. Reason number 2. Underestimating the healthcare monster. This is the one that blindsides everyone. You think, I have Medicare, I'll be fine. Wrong. Medicare doesn't cover everything. It doesn't cover long-term care, most dental or vision, and the out-of-pocket costs for prescriptions can be astronomical. Statistics show that the average healthy couple retiring today will need roughly $300,000 to $400,000 just for healthcare expenses over the course of their retirement. That's not even including nursing homes. Most people don't have $400,000 in total savings, let alone $400,000 just for the doctor. We spend our health to gain wealth in our 40s, and then we spend all our wealth to try and regain our health in our 70s. If you aren't factoring in the skyrocketing cost of aging, your nest egg is going to vanish the first time you have a major medical scare. Reason number 3, the home equity trap. For decades, the American dream told us that our house is our biggest investment. So people pour every cent into their mortgage, thinking they're set. But here's the cold truth. You can't eat your kitchen cabinets. You can't pay for surgery with your backyard. A lot of retirees are house rich and cash poor. They live in a $600,000 house, but can't afford to fix the roof or take a vacation. And in 2026, with property taxes and insurance premiums hitting record highs, that paid-off home is becoming a massive monthly liability. If all your wealth is locked in bricks and mortar, you are one market downturn away from a crisis. A home is a place to live. It's only an investment if it's putting cash in your pocket. Reason number 4, helping your kids too much. This is the hardest one to hear because it's emotional. We love our children. We want them to have the best. But in the last decade, we've seen a massive spike in parental financial support. Parents are taking out Parent Plus loans for college, letting adult children live at home rent-free for years, or even subsidizing their kids' weddings and first homes using their retirement funds. Listen to me carefully. Your kids can get a loan for college. They can get a loan for a house. You cannot get a loan for your retirement. By helping your kids now, you are actually becoming a burden to them later, because they'll have to support you when you run out of money. The best gift you can give your children is your own financial independence. Reason number 5, lifestyle creep and the status race. We live in a culture of more. More house, faster car, better tech. Most people's expenses rise exactly at the same rate as their salary. If you make $60K, you spend $60K. If you get promoted to $120K, you suddenly need a $120K lifestyle. This is lifestyle creep. You get used to a certain level of luxury, and by the time you hit 65, your needs are so high that no retirement fund can sustain them. You're trying to maintain a lifestyle in retirement that you could barely afford while you were working. If you can't learn to live significantly below your means while you're earning, you will be forced to live significantly below your needs when you stop.
Reason number 6, the silent killer, inflation. Inflation isn't just a headline on the news, it's a thief that lives in your bank account. If you have $1 million today, that sounds like a lot. But with a modest 3% inflation rate, in 20 years, that $1 million only has the purchasing power of about $550,000. Most retirees play it too safe. They put all their money in bonds or savings accounts because they're afraid of the stock market. But by avoiding the risk of the market, they're guaranteeing the certainty of losing value to inflation. To survive a 20 or 30-year retirement, your money has to keep growing even after you stop working. If your portfolio isn't outpacing the cost of a gallon of milk, you're slowly going broke.
Reason number 7, the lack of a Phase 2 plan. Most people spend more time planning a 2-week vacation than they do planning a 30-year retirement. They have a vague idea that they'll stop working and everything will be fine. They don't have a withdrawal strategy. They don't know which accounts to tap first to minimize taxes. They don't know what they'll actually do with their time. Retirement isn't just a financial shift, it's a psychological one. Without a clear, written plan for how your income will be generated and how your taxes will be handled, you will make emotional decisions when the market dips. And emotional decisions are the fastest way to drain a bank account.
Look, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to wake you up. The squeeze is real, and the traditional path is broken. But here is the good news. If you're watching this, you still have time to pivot. Stop looking at retirement as a destination and start looking at it as a math problem that needs to be solved. Diversify your income, protect your health, set boundaries with your family, and for heaven's sake, stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're broke too. The goal isn't to die with the most money. The goal is to make sure your money doesn't die before you do. So, which of these 7 reasons hit the closest to home for you? Is it the healthcare costs, or maybe the struggle to say no to the kids? Let's talk about it in the comments. We're all in this together, and the more we talk about the truth, the better chance we have of winning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.